Capricorn, welcome to Healing Hype Man. This is going to be your message for June. We are in San Marcos, La Laguna, Guatemala at the moment. So let's kind of call in some Guatemalan ancestors, guides, angels, God, Spirit, universe to kind of give us a message for Capricorn for the month of June. I'm going to talk a little bit about astrology. Hopefully that can give you some validity to some things that might be taking place in your life already. It's really what I kind of want to use it for. Because it's energy, and I'm an energy healer, energy worker. We work with energy, so how can we utilize these placements, these transits in our favor? So which brings me to our new moon in Gemini, right? You don't necessarily have to know what the new moon in Gemini is, but tell me if this has happened in your life so far. Have you started a new mindset or a new mind shift or a new book or a new class or something new in your life that has to do with a way of thinking? Like, you know what, I think I'm going to start doing this way, or I think I'm going to start implementing this into my day-to-day routine, or I think I'm going to start picking this class up or this book up, or I think I'm going to start speaking in this manner, or I think I'm going to start utilizing these words when I'm talking. Really, it's about what new mindset have you started. It's about a 4-month cycle here, or a new job. It could be a new class. Like I said, anything. What new have you started over the past weekend that you want to share? Tell us in the comments below. That's really the energy of the new moon in Gemini. What we also might be feeling right now, which we're already in, is Saturn retrograde. There's that Capricorn energy. Saturn retrograde. So Saturn's associated with time, karma, restriction, hardship, and hard work. And it is going retrograde until October. So you very well might be evaluating and looking at how much time and effort you're putting into people, relationships, how much time and effort you're putting into work, your friendships, how much time and effort you're putting into the gym, into whatever it is that you do, and you're looking at the return on investment for you. Is this giving me what I'm looking for? Is this relationship satisfying what I want my return to be? Is my paycheck enough for the amount of time that I'm putting in? Am I putting enough time in the amount of time that I'm putting at the gym? Is that paying off here? This relationship, is it actually working out for me? The amount of time I'm putting in pottery class, is it actually benefiting me? The amount of time I'm putting in homework, is it actually benefiting me in my grades, right? So you're really trying to look at the hard work equals return component. And you're also really going to probably naturally start putting up boundaries with certain people, places, and things, because it's like, okay, this is where we're at. This is what I'm getting, so this is where I'm going to leave it at. This isn't really a time for you to go in and throw in more. I want more of your time. Oh, I want more money. It's not. I don't think for a lot of you it's not going to be that. I really feel like it's going to stay where it's at for the entire summer until October. Right? So you're like, if this is where you're at, this is where it's going to stay. And you're going to put that boundary up, no more, no less. And kind of go from there. Also, if you are due any great karma for everything that you have been working on, just your time and the amount of time and effort you have been putting into something or someone in the past before this week, you will receive good karma. Your karma will come forward and you will get paid beautifully in whatever you quantify or define as abundance to you. In love, joy, happiness, money, finances, the job, the title, all of this, right? If you have been in that negative karma, in cheating the system, in being chivalrous with your time, and being selfish, bad karma will come and bite you in the butt. I do have to say this Saturn retrograde is heavy. Death card, transformation, endings bring new beginnings. It is heavy on Capricorns and Aquarians. It's going to force them to transform something, the death card, and have to sit in it. Hangman. Sit in your shit. Sit in your shit. One more aspect is the full moon in Sagittarius, which is another aspect to endings bring new beginnings. Ending of a long, drawn-out battle. So if you've been dealing with something for a long time, people, place, or thing, it's now going to just come to a finale, and there's a big picture behind it. It's like this big reveal is being shown to you. It's not a bad thing. The full moon in Sagittarius on the 14th is not bad necessarily. I really do feel like it's more something you've just been like, why am I still dealing with this person? And like, you know, it's like finally going to come to a point where it's just like, okay, it's not happening anymore because it's done. It's done, right? And you're going to ask yourself two questions. Did I win or did I learn the lesson? Ground yourself is the advice, and at the same time, watch out for denial, right? Don't put yourself in a space of denial. No, because you got to own your shit and accept it, and accept the fact that it is moving on, right? That's what I really mean by like own your shit. Like, not that you did anything wrong, but just accept the fact that it's literally, it's a big picture finale. It's like the grand finale. It's like, it's done. Like, what else do you want? Like, you want to sit in denial and drag it on even more? That's the bad karma, right? So let's kind of dive into this. Let's pull 3 cards for your general energy, 3 cards for your challenge, and 3 cards for what you don't see coming. Let's get it, Capricorn. Let's pull your general energy, judgment. 2 of Swords. I'm going to show you all of them. 6 of Cups. In your challenge, you have the Knight of Wands. 9 of Swords. Emperor. What you don't see coming, 7 of Wands. 7 of Pentacles, okay? 3 of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck. A lot of competition, a lot of rivalry, a lot of putting up with a lot of other people's shit. A lot of defending yourself. In some sort of way, I really feel like you're really confident. You're really secure. Let me tell you, this is... So maybe the energy that you're sitting in right now is like you've really been standing up for yourself. Maybe you don't even realize that. I think you've been standing up for yourself too much. Right? How many times do you have to keep defending yourself? Right? And I think that you're doing it out of authenticity and who you are. At the same time, it's got you to where you're at. Right? You're at a position where you're like, I'm good because I've stood up for myself, and I'm not going to let anybody stampede on me and tell me what I want, what I don't want. They don't know who I am. I know who I am, and I'm going to tell you who I am and what I like and what my belief systems are and how I believe and how I function and how I work and how I love and how I give. Yes. Are you tired? It's almost like you're fighting. Right? You shouldn't have to fight for things, is really what I'm trying to say. Now, your general energy here, we have the Judgment card, the 2 of Swords, and the 6 of Cups here. There's something here that's, like I said, it's Saturn retrograde. It's like, it's inevitable. There's also, like, it's an aha moment. It's almost like you're put in a position where it's like, now you have to go within, 2 of Swords. You have to go within, and you're going to have to, for some of you might have to go and revisit these memories from the past. Or you're sitting in a position where it's like, oh shit, I have to work on things from the past, right? The Judgment card could really mean healing as well. This really could tell me here, like, there's an aha moment, like an internal aha moment about a realization from the past, or from a memory that you created with someone, right? And I feel like it's a good memory, but I think that might bring some things up. Right? I really feel like this is a healing component here. Right now, you're realizing, you're having a lot of realizations and aha moments about internal things that you kept secret and quiet. About things maybe about your childhood. Maybe it was things about how you were raised. Maybe it was things about that used to make you happy. Memories from the past. It doesn't have to be childhood. It could be adulthood as well. We can dive into that. Where your challenge here is the Knight of Wands, the 9 of Swords, and the Emperor here. Your challenge is that you're doing a lot, and it's actually giving you a lot of anxiety. You're trying to control the situation. You're trying to control everything here. So I think that your challenge here is telling you to lighten up a little bit, because this is very forceful energy that's actually causing you more chaos, right? You're trying to do everything all at once. It's actually giving you sleepless nights and anxiety and depression, and it's actually making you very anxious because you're trying to control everything here. Maybe it's also saying that you can't control everything here because it's in your challenge position. Keep the question into context. Right? These are good cards to have if you were really trying to, to control something, but here it's in your challenge. So it's trying to say, I think you're doing it forcefully too much. You're going after everything too much, or you're attacking everything way too much, and maybe, so think about doing the opposite of that. I don't want to tell you what to do, but I'm just telling you that's what your challenge is. You're going after everything, and it's actually making your mind go crazy. Or just be just heavy on the mind, right? It's heavy on the mind. What you don't see coming, we have Seven of Wands. Again, more belief systems here. Now, this is finally like, okay. See, over here, it's where you're fighting with people about it, like rivalry, competition, right? This is really standing up for yourself. And you've invested so much time and effort, and I feel like your blueprints are changing. I feel like what's coming your way is a little bit of change here, right? You're planting some seeds that you're not really sure what to expect here, but I think that the more that you stick to your belief systems, right? I like that component here. Even though you've been doing it for a long time, I think you've just been doing it very forcefully, right? I think maybe this is an aspect of like, okay, now I'm just going to plant the seed and I'm going to leave it there. I'm gonna let it grow, right? You're not actually working as hard on it as much. And for some of you, you very well might be revisiting this plan. You might be revisiting what your future goals might look like, what direction you want to head down into. I think there's a little reevaluation of what you don't see coming. I think especially during this Saturn retrograde, I think that you're with the judgment call here, you don't have a choice but to reevaluate. And that's what I'm going to call your reading, is reevaluating, forceful reevaluating. Now let's see what this aha moment, this internal aha moment that might be about memories from the past, the medicine wheel. Wow, next chapter with the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like you're being pushed into a new opportunity here. You're being pushed, like you're having an awakening about internal things that are pushing you to actually move forward on new things. I don't think you're dealing with anything from the past. Maybe the energy that you're sitting in is like, you know what, this past situation has bothered me for a while, and now it's time for it to finally end. Full moon in Sagittarius, and now it's time for me to move forward. Maybe that was a belief system. Maybe it was just a chapter in your life. Could be an offer, it could be work as well, right? It's like chapter, a part of your life, some sort of stability. It could be a home. I associate Pentacles with home. Let me pull one more here. The Five of Cups, yeah, from things not working out the way that you want to, it's almost like you're forced to change the plan. Right? In your challenged position here, you're controlling a lot and doing a lot, and I feel like it might be giving you some anxiety and causing some more weight on your shoulders. So let's kind of clarify that. Six of Swords, chaos and depression, heading on the boat and leaving chaos and depression here. I didn't ask for advice, but this card is telling that you're sitting in chaos and depression. And there's a need to get on the boat and head to calm, peace, chase happiness. If it brings you stress, it's too much. Chase sunsets, not stress, right? And I don't mean to say do it with an attitude either, you know, like don't be like, there's a lot of nights here, and that's a very like, you're snippy, right? I don't want you to get on the boat and leave chaos and depression and head to peace with an attitude, right? The Emperor is cold, like cold energy. You see what I'm saying? There's a lot of coldness here. Cold, you know, like he's arrogant because he's worked so hard. He's just sick and tired of having to defend himself, so he's just really cold and arrogant, and like, oh, he gives you an answer, but the answer is always nasty. It's like, okay, we need to quiet the mind and get to a place that's very peaceful and joyful and creative and calm and speak, you know, because there's a lot of chaos. There's a lot of things that are like, it's like forced. You're like, it's like thrown on your lap and you don't really have a choice. Tell me about what you don't see coming. The world. Yeah, see, so I do feel like you're going to have a new world endeavor. You are redoing the blueprints. Like I said, I feel like you're forced to start this new chapter. You're forced to kind of go in a different direction. You're being awakened to go down this path. Saturn retrograde and Sagittarius full moon really are going to take a look at, like, you know, this isn't worth my time anymore. It's actually causing me more mental health problems than anything, so I'm going to head in a different direction. Yeah. Let's get some advice from the wisdom of Hafiz. Embrace your friendships. Embrace your friendships. Enjoy the friends that you do have, the companions that you have, and even if that's yourself, like, you can be your own best friend. And you can give yourself a hug, and give yourself a pat on the back. Be cautious with talking to yourself so much, because if the mind isn't in the right place, then you're just talking to someone who's giving you information that you don't need. Like maybe you have cognitive distortions, and sometimes your friends can kind of give you a different perspective on things to help you understand it from a different perspective. In your challenge, we have hold the connection here. This is, you really need to connect with yourself. Like, do you have that connection with Source, Creator, Commander? Are you connected there? Do you really feel like you have something you can hold on to there? Is there a part of you that feels connected to counsel, to wise counsel, to higher power? Is your mind, and it's in the challenge position where I said you're doing so much and your mind is so distorted here, and there's a lot of cold energy and going after everything, right? I think this is really trying to say is like, are you trying to hold on to all your connections here? Is that still working out for you? At the same time, do you have that connection to Source where it's quiet and peaceful and you can make wise decisions with wise counsel? I feel like there's so much going on there that you can't even hear counsel inside of you. Counsel is, the God-like energy within you. Can you even hear your own voice? You're holding on to connections here. And what you don't see coming here is a change in the plans, new investments, change in the plans, and we have retreat. Yeah, you see, retreat. I feel like your plans are being changed. You're being pulled back, and they're being reevaluated. Right, things that you might have set in stone. 7 of Pentacles, you want to do things a certain way. 7 of Pentacles, it's being reevaluated. This is the blueprints. 3 of Pentacles, right? So we go from the 7 back to the 3. It's like here you, right? But by the time we get to the 7 and you're planting those seeds, you've already come up with the blueprint, and then the 3 is coming after it. So that means that you're probably going to reevaluate the plans. So we're reevaluating here this month of June, and it's probably from something that was forced, to be honest. But I feel like there's some peace that needs to take place. If you'd like to book a healing session with me, it is a time to sit in a circle with me, camera to camera. It's not just me pulling cards and asking spirit for advice. Like I don't do that. I'm an intuitive reader. I'm a healer in many forms. We can talk about anything and everything. We can talk about, I'm a mental health professional as well. We can talk about therapeutic modalities that we can try to look at these distortions. We can talk about psychedelics if you want. We can talk about spirituality. We can talk about Reiki. We could talk about religions too. I like that. We could talk about stuff, books that I have. We could talk about mushroom supplements. We could talk about essential oils. We could talk about travel. I can just listen to what you have to say in case you just need someone to talk to at the same time. And we can ask Spirit, God, Universe, Guides for some advice or some direction. We can tap into your subconscious mind here. We could do some sound healing as well. So take an opportunity if you'd like to book a healing session with me. The link is in the bio. My name is Alvin Catalan. I'm present. I'm done speaking now.